What is up, guys? Welcome to another video. This is going to be the tier list, the flank role tier list for Paladins 2.01 update. This is going to be a first of a 4-part series. I'm going to be going over every class. There's just so much stuff in 2.01, guys, that I'll be sitting here legit. If I did everything at once, I'd be sitting here for legit like an hour trying to explain everything. So I thought it would be a little bit easier, and I got a couple recommendations that I should break it up in separate videos. So there's going to be a 4-part series, at least for patch 2.01, at least the tier list. If you guys missed my 1.8 tier list, this is going to be pretty much building off of that. I kind of go per tier and reference those videos when I'm making a tier list for each and every new patch. So if you missed that, check that out. I'll have a link to that at the end of the video, or it's on my channel. You guys can go check that out. And if you guys want more Paladins videos, I'm going to be doing a lot more stuff once the patch does drop onto all platforms here, I think about a week. So if you guys want more of that stuff, please subscribe. And if you are new, leave a like, that'd be great. And if you do not agree with me on something in this video, or you guys want to say something or whatever, or if there's something I did not cover, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm going to get right into this. Flank, this is going to be for the flank class. I'm going to be doing one for damage, tank, and support as well in the near future. The reason why I'm not doing damage first is because Amani is not on this site yet. I don't think they're going to be adding Amani until the until the patches were actually released onto all the platforms. So damage is probably going to be the last video of the series, at least for 2.01. This was a huge ass patch, guys. Probably one of the biggest patches we've had in like forever, like a long ass time. Just gonna get right into it. Evie, I think she was an S+ last time. I'm gonna keep her at an S. Pretty much what they changed, they pretty much put reprieve. They pretty much deleted the talent card for reprieve and put it into her base kit, and having it heal 50 per second during ice block per point in her loadout. So if you wanted to run like 50 times 5, I don't know, I'm not quite sure what they did. I think it was 500. I think 300 actually, 300 per second if you wanted to run 5. But the reason why I'm just going to keep Evie the way she is, she's probably the best flank, one of the best flanks in the game right now. If there was any champion in the game that I'd say that's probably the hardest champion to play in the game, I think Evie would take the cake by a long shot. She is the only champion in the game that I cannot seem to master. Every other champion, after I play them for a while, I get decently good after them the more I play them. Evie, I've legit been playing Evie, I don't know, a good like solid week right now, and I still can't get the hang of her fully. I don't know, she's one of the hardest champions to play. I envy anybody that can pick up Evie and play her very well. Especially all you Evie mains. I'm actually jealous of you guys because I'm really trying to learn her. Like I said, you can't really run reprieve or her new card. She has a new card. They pretty much put into her loadout. Frigid Field. If you're going to be running this card, she just does not have like the loadout. You're going to be running 5 into her blink distance and into healing after blink, because the majority of the time you're going to be running Wormhole as her talent, and it's probably her best talent, like out of all of her 3 talents they have now. I guess apart from Over the Moon and Snow Globe, I guess they're okay. They're situational, but they're okay. They ain't bad. You just don't have room to really run it, honestly. If you're going to be running it, you're going to be running it as a filler card, as probably like 1 or 2 points in your loadout. There's no reason to run it at a 5, so I'm just going to keep her at an S+. I think she was an S+ last time. If she was an S, then I moved her up, but I'm pretty sure she was S+ last time in the 1.81. Just going to keep her there. Again, probably one of the best flanks in the game. If you can play her well, she does insanely well. Moving on, Talus. I think Talus I had her at S+ as well. I'm going to say Talus, after this patch, I think he needs some type of nerf. Talus, he just legit, he just melts. If your team just does not deal with him, he legit rips apart like entire teams. If he goes unchecked, there's something that's, if you like don't run anything to like legit take on this thing. If you don't run anything like a cripple, you don't run anything like something that can legit take on a Talus 1v1, which not many things really can, or you do not play accordingly to deal with this thing, or to deal with him, then he legit can tear your team apart, and he can provide a huge advantage for your team if you're the one using him. I'm pretty sure they gave him some new cards. They got rid of Antediluvian, which did hurt him a little bit, and they also got rid of his damage reduction on inner strength. But apart from that, I still think he's insanely good. I don't think that really the damage reduction really mattered. Where is it at? I'm just looking on the patch notes so I don't forget anything. They removed Raging Demon. Raging Demon, I guess, was only used if they had like double or triple tank comps. That's the only reason I used Raging Demon. Not quite sure for anybody else. They did remove the damage reduction on Inner Strength, which is still his best talent. You get like pretty much all your cooldowns reset after you teleport to your rune. So they got rid of Antediluvian. They reworked Antediluvian, which this you can maybe run at like a 1 or 2. That's probably what I usually run it at. And they also gave him Dark Vision. You run this at a 5, you're getting 5 times 5, you're getting 25% ultimate charge if you get a kill with Blitz Upper. So 5% per point. I don't know what to tell you guys. 25% ultimate charge. His ultimate really charges, especially if you're just destroying a team and you're consistently melting like 1 or 2 people on the opposite team. You're gonna have an ultimate charge like legit every couple minutes anyways. Killing an opponent, you can pretty much just make this your play style. I can see yourself actually running this card, and this card is actually insanely good. Just running this on your deck at like maybe like a 5 or even a 4, getting like 4, and having like 20 ultimate percent charge, and you pair that with morale boost and the ability to buy multiple cards from the same category. I don't know, guys. Talus is insanely good. I think he's due for a nerf in this next patch. Whatever that one is, I don't know, 2.1 or whatever the fuck it is. I think he needs some type of nerf. I think he's way too good. I'm just really sick of seeing him on like every team and not being able to deal with him because I get a team that doesn't draft anything that checks him like decently well, or they don't want to like legit like come together and like deal with him. So, and he just ends up tearing your entire team apart. There's nothing you can do. Most 1v1s he wins. So we got Androxus. I'm really sad about Androxus actually. Androxus, I'm moving from an S plus down to an S. How far are we in this video? 7 minutes. Holy shit. Moving from an S plus down to an S. They nerfed his base damage on his Defiance. Abyssal Touch, they pretty much nerfed. They pretty much got rid of his pretty much entire movement. His movement ability, which is Nether Step. No longer, you're not going to be able to use that actually. No longer. And it's actually at the point to where I don't think it's even worth running it in your deck over his new card. If you're just going to be running a card that reduces the cooldown of Nether Step, maybe you can run it at like a 1. But if you're going to run it at a 5, even 5 seconds off of Nether Step, it really is not doesn't really even do enough to even like run it in your deck, honestly. This is coming from an Androxus main. I don't even bother running Abyssal Touch anymore. I'm actually running Spiteful. You run this 3 times 5, that's 15. You're getting 15% ultimate charge for every point you put into this in your loadout. So if you get a kill with Defiance, you're getting 15% of your ult. Plus that can be stacked with Morale Boost. You're going to be getting your ult decently quick, and if you play that, you design that into your play style, which for me, if you run like Defiant Fist anyways, you're going to be getting kills with both, like with your Defiance anyways, if you're running Defiant Fist, which is probably his best talent now. It's still his best talent. Curse Cylinder, irrelevant. Godslayer, very situational, yet still buggy, and sometimes it doesn't like land correctly or something. It's very glitchy sometimes. Very hard to aim with. Even I have him at like level 65 now, and I can't even land like reversal most of the time. So either that or it's like glitchy, and you still end up getting killed when it goes off. That's pretty much all I really have to say about Androxus. They nerfed his Defiance from 700 to 520. I mean, Defiant Fist is still his best talent. I think it's like 1100 damage now or something like that, or like 900. Not quite sure what one it is. After like 1 or 2 bullets, but if you're not gonna, it doesn't even pay running Abyssal Touch. It really doesn't pay. Just run Spiteful at 5, guys. Just run Spiteful at 5. It's super easy to kill Androxus now, guys. Even with the punch, you used to be able to reset with the punch if you land the punch on one of your opponents. Get out of there, you have your movement ability, you need to get out of there. Land the punch on somebody close by, you have your movement ability, you can get the hell out of there and prevent yourself from being killed, right? That ain't no longer going to be the case, so when you're in a tight situation, you're automatically probably going to be dead, so They pretty much just nerfed his movement ability because people could not deal with it. I'm not really mad about the Defiance like damage nerf. I'm more mad that to the point where they nerfed his movement ability being Nether Step and using that with Abyssal Touch, because that sucks and it's pretty much irrelevant. And you pretty much killed Androxus and his movement ability and what made him good to get out of sticky situations. Not going to talk about him anymore. If you guys have anything else to say, let me know in the comment section down below. On to the next one, Koga. Koga jumped from an A. I'm actually going to put him up to an S-. He's that good. I'm going to be the first one to say that I shit all over their new, them getting rid of Master of Arms and reworking Blood Reaper. Where's Koga? Right here's Koga. Shitting all over Master of Arms. They got rid of Master Arms, which I was really mad about. I'm going to be the first one to say that I'm actually no longer mad about it. Yes, they still nerf the SMGs, but I think the SMGs are just going to be chipped. They wanted you to use the claws, and I think the claws right now are his most powerful asset. And if you're going to be using him, you need to use the claws. Dragon Fangs, even though I would like this to be buffed to 100 instead of 150 health per second, 150 health is a start, and I think if it really doesn't work too well and it's still not really good enough, I think in a future patch they'll nerf it or they'll buff it down to 100. I think 150 is a good start, and 150 is a lot better than 200. You can tell the difference right away. It's so much better. Dragon Fangs, I can say now, is actually probably viable. It's probably his second best talent. Also, I think he has three. All of his talents now are actually viable. I'm gonna go out and say that. Adrenaline Junkie is viable. Dragon Fangs is viable. Blood Reaper is his best talent now, and it's 100% viable. Blood Reaper rework, I shit all over this when I first saw it. It's actually insanely good. Cyclone Strike charges 15% faster and now deals up to 100% of the target's health as damage over duration. So instead of, I think it was 3,000 damage or something like that, or it was like 1,500 damage, whatever his original damage was over the duration of Cyclone Strike, now it deals 100%, so it's a guaranteed KO on whoever you hit with the ult. So, insanely good. You put that with the cards and all the buffs the claws get. Dragon Stance this year is actually insanely good as well. You pair this with the card that allows him to switch in Dragon Stance up to 50%. You're going in and out of Dragon Stance 75% faster. It's insane. Hellkite Claws, the damage increase, really good. Allows you to get damage on your opponents a lot quicker and stacks really nicely. Hellkite Claws, speed increased by 10%. Love this. Great. Skewer damage increased up to 700. Really good. Not going to complain. Guild Tactics. Now this year is actually a really OP card. I think this card is actually going to end up getting changed in the near future. Even if this card does get changed, I'm not going to change Koga anywhere on this list because I still think he's that good. You can max this out to up to 800 per point, so 160 per point. You max it out, it can go up to 800 if you hit a skewer on somebody. So you can pretty much just spam skewer and restore 800 health each time you hit somebody. So it's really broken, honestly. Even with Cauterize, it's still kind of broken. I think it's going to be getting changed in the near future, but even with the change, I'm going to keep him where he is. Here's another card that actually is insanely good. You max this out by 5. 10% ultimate charge per kill. Per kill, guys. Per kill, you get 10% ultimate charge, plus the 15% ultimate charge increase from Blood Reaper. You're pretty much going to have an ult online like at least 3 times during a point fight, per point fight in Siege. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Unyielding is also very viable. I love this as well. I'm actually running this on a lot of my sets. Reduce energy consumption by 6%, so 6 times 5 is up to 30. So if you run 5 points in this, you get 30% reduced energy consumption while in Dragon Stance, which this actually goes very nicely with Adrenaline Junkie. Having the ability to get your energy back and then having your energy reduced a lot slower than it was in 1.9. Insanely good. Insane. Not going to talk more about Koga. It's just insane. You guys got to try him yourself. Just try him yourself, and you guys will pretty much see what I'm coming from. I'm just going to cover the ones that I really don't want to talk about. Buck. I'm going to keep Buck at an A- because A-, even with the with the in-game COD built out like death and taxes and stuff like that, and from the loadouts, I don't see Buck being very good. He's gonna be good at the beginning of the game, but once he get like COD 2 or 3 online, then he just kind of falls short, honestly. I think if they want to buff Buck, they need to increase his ammo from 4 to 5. I think giving him another bullet would be what makes him a lot better. Or buff his cards, his damage reduction cards, revert his damage reduction cards slightly, and he'll be a lot better. Lex. There's just no reason to use Lex right now, guys. There's just no reason to use Lex. I'm going to keep Lex at a B, even with all the changes. Yeah, his ult destroys shields now. Is it that big of a deal when you can run something like a champion that's way better than Lex and that can do way more than Lex in a match? No, it isn't. Moji, not gonna even talk about Moji. He's getting reworked, or she. Oh, sorry, she's getting reworked into a support in probably like the next 1 or 2 patches. Now for the A+, I'm going to cover Maeve first because I think Maeve is insane sleeper pick. And if you guys want a really good pick, and if most ranked matches, either Talus, Andro, or Koga is going to get banned, and sometimes Skye, mostly Skye and Talus are going to be getting banned if you're playing ranked, at least on console. If you want a really good sleeper pick, I think Koga right now. Koga's a sleeper pick, and I think Maeve's a huge sleeper pick. No pun intended, because I know I'm not the only one that actually would legit sleep with her. Anyways, she got a little bit of a buff. Her 9 lives now restores 400 health on activation. This actually can be brought up to 800 health, which actually is really good. Which is almost half of your health bar can be restored by clicking one move with the loadout card patch up. Granted, you have to run 5 in patch up, which takes a lot of other stuff away from your deck. Usually you want to run 5 in cooldown reduction for 9 lives and a lot of other stuff. Duration of prowl, speed of prowl, stuff like that. So if you want to run that, you're going to be taking a lot away from your other deck. But I can see some sets with like self-sustained Maeve restoring like 800 health with 9 lives activation. Something I'm going to be trying a lot more. Street Justice is still great. I think it's still great, especially with double tank comps. You have a really good damage dealer like Vivian or like a Victor or something that's really good. Getting those tanks low, and for Maeve to pick them off at 35%, that's what her role is really good to be on like team comps. Rogue's Gambit is good as well. I just don't see it being as viable as any of her other talents. And Cat Burglar is probably her second best talent. I still put Street Justice over Cat Burglar, just because I think Street Justice is a lot better against, which is most common comp is 2 double tank. So I have to play a better Street Justice Maeve than I do with Cat Burglar anyways. And this is coming from a Maeve main. I main Maeve and Androxus. So, and Flank is probably the most played class that I play. So how far are we in? 18 minutes. Gotta wrap this up soon. Apart from that, if you guys really want a sleeper pick, I think Maeve has a lot of potential, a lot of untapped potential. If you can play her well, she can do insanely well. She's one of those hit or miss champions to where either you do like really good with her or you just do very average. Or you do bad with her. She's kind of hit or miss some games, but every time I pretty much pick her, I always usually end up doing pretty well. I have her at almost like a level 80, so that's kind of why. Anyways, I'm gonna go on to Xin, and then we're gonna save Skye for last. Xin, pretty much they changed his counter. Not really too much with Xin, but I think the counter change was really good. It actually fires a projectile. It's just a lot more accurate. It has a little bit more range. Spite's range really increased as well, which really did help. The buff and damage to counter really helped. Counter it's just a lot more reliable. Think of it as like an Androxus reversed, but a little bit more reliable. That's pretty much what it is. That's why I kind of moved him up. I actually kept him the same at the A+. I still think he's good. Just not enough to get up to like S- or S. So, also another thing I would like to mention about Maeve, if they really want to make Maeve like meta and make her a lot better than she is right now, and even move her up to like an S or an S+, to like a Koga right now or an Androxus type level, they need to buff her base damage from 400 to 420 like it used to be. Please, Hi-Res, buff her base damage. That's all I'm asking. Otherwise, she would be the perfect champion if that was the case. Right now, she is a little bit underwhelming when on the damage side. If you're not running like Cat Burglar. So that's all I'm going to say about Maeve. Skye is the last champion I'm going to cover in this video. She had a lot of changes. I actually moved her up. I think I had her at an A the last in 1.8, the last one I did. I think 1.9 I just skipped it because there was no changes to really go over. Smoke screen no longer interferes with the enemy's line of sight. Kind of a nerf. Now grants stealth every 0.5 seconds. This is insanely good. Smoke screen now refreshes the benefits of healing vapors and dissipate every 0.5 seconds, which is insanely good. There's just so many loadouts right now that you can run with Skye and do well with. Yeah, they removed surprise attack. This new smoke and dagger, it's very situational. Most games, if you're going to be running this, why do you even bother running this when you have a healer anyways? Yeah, you can use it for sustain and maybe like an off-healing, like ploy type thing. But are you really gonna? Why would you miss out on like extra damage running like deliberate or preparation when I don't know? There's really no point in running it, honestly, in my opinion. Yeah, some people run it. I think there's a lot of people that I've seen like it. In my opinion, I just don't really care for it. Why would I choose that over like debilitate or preparation? It's not my role to heal the team. That's why we have a support. Why am I supposed to sit there and give extra heals to the team? I don't know. I'm there to do damage and take out like supports and damage type champions and wear down tanks, whatever. Healing Vapors now heals 100 health over 2 seconds, so I'm getting 50 health per minute or per second. Dissipate buff now lasts 2 seconds. Dissipate grants 7% movement speed. I mean, I'm not really going to talk about these cards because the cards, I mean, they're but they ain't like super overpowered. This new Decrepify rework, yeah, it's really good. Hitting poison bolts causes you not to consume ammo for 0.6 seconds, which I think can be buffed to like 2.2 seconds or something like that. It's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's like overpowered, but I say it's pretty good. You can run it in some of your loadouts, and maybe like a 2 or 3. Max I've ran it as like a 3. Twilight armor increases your ammo count by 2. Are you going to really be running this? No, you're going to be running Decrepify. It's kind of a useless card, unless you run it as like filler. Quick smoker reduction, got a little bit of a nerf, doesn't really matter. And they nerfed one of her cards. Those really don't matter, honestly. I still think Skye can be really good. Again, she's one of those really hit or miss champions, and having the ability to buy multiple cards from multiple like places on in the item shop means you can buy like Haven, Blast Shields, or just like buy one of those and Illuminate, which is only 150 now. So there's a point where she gets buffed and then where she gets nerfed automatically because Illuminate's still in the game and it costs even less than it did in 1.9. So is she really getting buffed, honestly, when you can buy Illuminate plus like Haven or Blast Shields or Resilience if you need those? I'm not quite sure if I would really consider her a buff or a nerf, honestly. I kind of just see her where she is. I'm going to move her up because I think she still has a lot she can offer to certain team comps. The debilitate's insanely good. Preparation has its uses for more squishier team comps, stuff like that. How far are we in? 23 minutes, holy shit. Gonna have to wrap this up. Yeah, just let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I think I had her at an A, I think I had like an A minus or like a B last time, so that's kind of the reasons why I didn't move her up. She did get a lot of buffs, and I think the smoke screen buff really helps her a lot while remaining in stealth. I think Smoke Bomb has a lot more use than it originally did. Pretty much the reason. I think my next video is probably going to be support or tank. Like I said, damage is going to be the last video because Amani's not on this list yet, and I'm waiting for the Amani pick to be released once the thing is released on all platforms. So apart from that, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'm going to go through the list one more time so you guys can see it visually. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Is there something I did not explain? Something you do not agree with me? If you don't agree, let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know what you don't agree on, or if there's something I overlooked. If there's something I'm not thinking of, let me know. Otherwise, if you did enjoy and you guys want more videos like this in the future, feel free to sub and drop a like. That helps me insanely a lot, so that'd be really, really cool. And I'll see you guys in a future video. Thanks for watching. Peace.